I'm not the kind of person who usually shares stuff like this online. I don't even have a Reddit account. I'm using a throwaway just to get this out. Because honestly, I don't know what else to do. Something happened last month that I can't explain, and I don't think anyone would believe me if I told them in person. I live in a small town in northern Ohio. Population maybe 2,000 on a good day. I rent a small house at the edge of town. Quiet, peaceful, surrounded by woods. At least, it used to feel peaceful. Next door lived a man named Mr. Halverson. He was in his late 60s, retired, always polite but distant. He'd wave when I passed by, sometimes say morning, but that was it. Nobody in town really knew him. He'd moved here about 5 years ago, from somewhere out west. His property was a little strange, though. He had these tall fences all around, and motion lights that went off even if a raccoon blinked too loud. At night, I'd sometimes hear low humming sounds from his backyard, like a generator or something electrical. I figured he was just paranoid or working on a hobby. Until the night he disappeared. It was a Wednesday, around 10:30 p.m. We had one of those heavy autumn storms, the kind that rattles your windows. The power went out for about 20 minutes. When it came back, I noticed something odd. The light in Mr. Halverson's house was flickering, on and off, like a dying bulb. Then I saw him, standing in his driveway, just standing there, drenched in the rain, not moving. I called out, "You okay, sir?" He didn't answer. He just looked at me for a moment and smiled. Then he turned around, walked back inside, and shut the door. That was the last time anyone saw him. 3 days later, the mail started piling up in his box. By the 5th day, the police came to do a welfare check. They knocked. No answer. They went in. The door wasn't even locked. I watched from my porch as they searched the place. They were in there for maybe 20 minutes before one of the officers came out looking pale. They put up yellow tape, and the next day, a black van came. No one said a word about what they found. A week passed. The house stayed dark. Curiosity got the better of me. I'm not proud of it, but I decided to take a look one night. The back fence had a small, loose panel. It looked like someone had cut it from the inside. When I stepped through, I felt the ground vibrate slightly, like a deep machine running underground. But when I stopped to listen, silence. The basement door was locked, but the key was still hanging from the handle. Weird, right? Who leaves a key in the door? So I went in. The smell hit me first. Damp metal and something chemical. The basement was filled with shelves of old radios, computers, wires, but all of them were connected to one central thing. A large metal cylinder, about the size of a refrigerator, humming faintly. There was a small screen on the front, showing static, white noise. Next to it, a notebook. Inside were pages of messy handwriting, diagrams, dates. The last entry read, "It hears through the wires now. I can't shut it off. It's learning my voice." I felt a chill crawl up my spine. I don't scare easily, but something about those words, they felt alive. Then I heard it. A faint whisper. It wasn't in the room. It was inside the static. A voice, distorted, repeating something. "Stay where you are." I froze. The lights flickered again, and the cylinder gave a sharp crack, like electricity arcing. Then, silence. I ran. I locked my door, shut all the lights, and didn't sleep. The next morning, I went back. Everything was gone. The machine, the notebooks, even the wires, like no one had ever been there. The police showed up again later that day, but when I tried to tell them what I'd seen, they laughed. Said the house was empty when they checked it. Said maybe I imagined it. But here's the thing. I didn't. I have proof. When I went home that night, I noticed something weird on my phone. My Wi-Fi name had changed. It used to be Burke Home. Now it said, "Hello, Nick." Nick is my name. I never changed it. When I checked the connected devices, there was one I didn't recognize. Halverson_Unit 01. That was 3 weeks ago. Since then, strange things keep happening. My lights flicker at exactly 10:30 every night, the same time I last saw him. Sometimes my phone buzzes with static when I hold it too close to the wall. Last night, I was sitting in bed, scrolling through Reddit. Yeah, irony, I know. And the screen suddenly went black. Then a message appeared. "Don't go in the basement. Thing is, I don't have a basement."